Keeping up with our motto, let learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure. Here we are with a remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students.
A very warm welcome to the students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Standard 4th, subject English text, topic lesson number 29, Androcles and the Lion, part 1. Children, today we'll read a story, Androcles and the Lion, which has been adopted from an Aesop's fable by great Laura M. Cadillon. Let me read the story for you. Androcles and the Lion. Long, long ago, there lived a kind, gentle, and courteous man called Androcles. But he had a very cruel master. In those days, kings, nobles, and other wealthy men used poor people as their slaves. Androcles was a slave. The slaves were forced to work for their masters. They had to do what their masters told them. They had no freedom, no rights. Even when they were unhappy with their master, they could not leave him. They were bound by law to obey their master, however wicked he might be. In ancient times, the kings, noble means a person who comes from a family of high social rank, and other wealthy men, wealthy means rich, used poor people as their slaves. Slave is a person who is legally owned by someone else and has to work for them. Androcles too was a slave. He was a kind, gentle, and courteous man. Courteous means polite and respectful. He had a cruel master. Cruel means rude. In those days, the slaves were bound by law. Bound means having a moral or legal duty to do something, to obey their master, however wicked he might be. Let's read the next paragraph. Androcles did not like his wicked master. His master starved his slaves and often whipped them. Androcles felt that even death was better than serving such a master. He kept looking out for a good opportunity. At the first chance he got, he escaped from the clutches of his cruel master. His master starved his slaves. Starved means made them suffer or die from hunger, and often whipped them. Whipped means hit a person or animal with a thin cord fastened to a handle. Androcles, at the first chance he got, he escaped from the clutches of his cruel master. Clutches means the power and control of someone. He fled and took shelter in a forest. Let's read the next paragraph. Now, although Androcles had thus run away, he was not a coward. He took shelter in a forest. He was not afraid of the wild beasts that roamed the forest. He did not mind that he had no roof over his head. He was happy that he was free as a bird to go wherever he wished. Though he ran, he was not a coward. Coward means a person who has no courage. He had no roof over his head. Still, he was happy that he was free as a bird to go wherever he wished. Next paragraph. One day, as he was wandering in the forest, he suddenly came face to face with a lion. His first reaction was to turn and flee. But then he saw that the lion had not moved on seeing him. It neither growled nor roared. In fact, it looked at him piteously as if it was in great pain. Androcles paused. Then he moved very cautiously towards the lion, step by step. The lion moaned and whimpered. Please help me, its eyes seemed to say. One day, as he was wandering in the forest, he suddenly came face to face with a lion. First, he thought to turn and flee. Flee means run away. But then he saw instead of attacking him, it kept moaning. Moaning means making a long, low sound of pain. And whimpering. Whimper means making unhappy, frightened sound. And its eyes seemed to say, "Please help me." Watching this sight, Androcles moved cautiously towards him. Cautiously means carefully. Let's see what happened later in the next paragraph. When Androcles drew near, the lion lowered its head and began to lick its paw. Then Androcles saw that the lion's paw was wounded, sore and swollen. On a closer look, Androcles noticed that a big thorn had pierced one of the lion's toes. So, this is the cause of the lion's distress, thought Androcles. As he drew near the lion lowered its head and began to lick its paw. Paw means foot. Looking more closely at it, Androcles saw a great big thorn had pierced one of the lion's toes, and it was sore. Sore means painful and swollen. So this is the cause of lion's distress. Distress means sorrow or suffering, thought Androcles. Let's read the next paragraph. Summoning up all his courage, Androcles stretched his hand slowly towards the injured paw. He was afraid that the lion would attack him if he touched its swollen paw. But the lion seemed to understand his good intention. Androcles took the paw in his left hand. Deftly he pulled out the thorn. Then, tearing a piece of his own clothing, the kind man bound up the lion's injured paw. To his surprise and wonder, the lion then licked his arm as if to show gratitude. Summoning up. Summoning means making a great effort to be brave. All his courage. He took the paw in his left hand. The lion did not attack him as he understood his good intention. Intention means plan or purpose. He deftly means skillfully, pulled out the thorn and tearing a piece of his own clothing, tied up the injured paw. The lion too showed his gratitude. Gratitude means thankfulness by licking his arm. We will be meeting soon in the next video, so keep learning something new every day. Thank you.